3 seconds. What I really appreciate about this piece was tackling of a difficult subject matter. And it really begs this question of what do we do with these troubled individuals? How do we help them? What is our approach? And I think it was a fascinating approach to it in terms of the structure, starting out with this therapist interview and then watching it afterwards and having her assess it. And it puts us into the place of the viewer, and then we zoom out and we are viewing the viewer, which I thought was really impactful storytelling. And I thought the performances were spot on. I don't think that this could have been sold, and I wouldn't be as invested as a viewer, especially emotionally invested, which is really important for me to care, if it wasn't acted so brilliantly. They really dug into the meat of this piece, and there's a real authenticity, which I very much appreciated. I also thought the pacing was great, and we had these lovely stylistic choices, which kind of threw us off balance as well. So overall, I think this is a very impactful piece, and I think it has quite the future.
3 seconds. Wow. Everything about this was fantastic. The cinematography was just absolutely stunning. And the filmmakers really paid attention to the details, like the sound effects that they put in. The music itself was superb. And there were a couple of things that I think the filmmakers did that just went above and beyond to really help sell this story and put you in that world. One of the things was the music. It helped to build the suspense. It helped to build the unease where you're kind of on the edge of your seat wondering what's about to happen. The other thing that I loved is being inside the therapist's office. Every once in a while, the filmmakers would distort the therapist's voice, and it really put the viewer inside the lead's headspace and kind of what he's hearing, not hearing, where he's kind of lost in his own reverie. That was amazing. Great, great touch. And I loved the twist at the end. That was a great twist. And you guys told the story really well. It was an important story. And the actors, absolutely fantastic. Really organic, really believable. This was incredibly well done.
This film, 3 Seconds, takes place at a therapy appointment for a guy with a very severe anger management problem. We go through some of his worst moments where he really hurts people and even kills them. And it honestly feels like he's on trial in his head as he envisions these people talking to him and pleading with him to understand what he did to them. It's very experimental as he delves further into his head and envisions being covered in blood and screaming, but nobody can hear him. No words are coming out. And I love the end where she watches the clip back and we see that basically all of the appointment was in his head. There was no guest, no conversation. He was completely stuck in his own brain and creating the scenario. I think it was very emotional. It was a very emotional film and tense, and I think they did a great job showing us how he's feeling in ways that couldn't be expressed with words.
I really like 3 seconds. I really like the cinematography. I thought it was dope. I thought like how like the y'all did the lighting and the shadow, how y'all played with lighting and highlights and shadows. I thought it was very tastefully and well done, like skillfully done, I guess is the word. Um, in a way that like the lighting really made me feel it in ways that like stood out to me. I thought the writing was also great. Dialogue was also great. All the performances were like just enough where it was like not overacting. Um, and I thought it worked. It reminded me a lot of like Oppenheimer. I could see if the filmmaker said they were inspired by Oppenheimer making this, I could see that for sure. In the way how it like makes grief as a feeling. I mean, not grief, but like guilt as a feeling filmable. Um, I thought it was well done. Good job.